I've got very, very, very soft earlobes.
What's your favourite sound?
My favourite sound is, and it always has been, I think I must have heard it once in a film, and whenever I hear it again, it's kind of like a Pavlovian thing. It's hard-soled shoes on a marble floor. Weirdly, it doesn't work when I do it. I think it's a little bit like if you tickle yourself, you don't feel ticklish. It's something about somebody else walking in hard-soled shoes on a marble floor that, yeah, I just find it incredibly relaxing and sort of hypnotic.
Where's your happy place?
It's wherever the people that I love are, really. That tends to be home, Manchester. I could be happy anywhere in the world if the right collection of people are there.
Who in the world would you want to high five?
Great question. I'd like to high five Sir Alex Ferguson if I could. So many very, very specifically happy moments of my life have been connected to him and his work with Manchester United. I've met him, I shook his hand, but I didn't high five him. I thought it was a overstepping a mark. But next time, it's going to happen.
What's your most useless skill?
I wouldn't say any of my skills are particularly useful. I can... it's not really a skill. I've got very, very, very soft earlobes. It's not really a skill. But it's just something. It's just the truth. I mean, they bring me a lot of pleasure, and they brought pleasure to a lot of other people in my life. Whether you can say it's a skill, it's just a gift, really, rather than a skill. But it's an intrinsic part of me.
Who would you most like to read you a bedtime story?
Well, this is going to be a boring answer, but probably my mum. If you're watching this, Mum, it's not because you're overly gifted. It's just because, you know, bedtime stories are all about comfort, and you think about who's the most comforting presence in your life. It would be my mum. But believe me, nobody else on the planet would say my mum.
I would like to have John Bradley's mum read me a bedtime story.
If they knew a very personal thing.
What's your favourite line in the recording today?
One thing I love about great writing is that a whole character and their whole psyche can be summed up in one line sometimes. And there's a line that Poirot says when he's first arriving at Styles, and Hastings says to him, have you seen the house before? And he says, no, I've never seen it before, but I like it already. I find the symmetry very pleasing. And something about that line that tells you everything about that character in terms of how ordered his mind is, and how he's going to try to order chaos. Everything in his mind has to be in its right place. And that could be a throwaway line, but it's actually a huge window into who he is as a person.
What's the best advice you've ever been given?
It's a very, broad thing, and it wasn't said directly to me. I read it. You are enough. Remember you are enough. You go through life looking at other people and other lives and wishing that it was yours and wondering what you can do to change your life. But I think that's great advice in terms of, just don't panic. You are enough. If you're struggling at any point, it's just because the circumstances around you sometimes have to change. It's not about you changing to match them. Just carry on being yourself and find your people and find your environment, and you'll find one day that you just fall into exactly the right hole that you were destined for.
Can you show us your favourite emoji with just your face?
This emoji gets absolutely battered on my phone. I use it more than any other emoji, and it's this one. That eye-rolling one. If it could be summed up in a sound, because this is audible, it'd be... that one. Says it all. Says everything about me and the world at large.